Hello, guys. I see you. I see you. Welcome back again. Here we are. This is My Baby Experts, and I am your host, Shari Criso. And tonight is what? It's Tuesday night. You know what night that is? That is our special party night. And here we are again. I see you all in the chat room. We were having some technical difficulties, so thank you for being patient and waiting for me. Everybody's going, am I on the live show? This looks familiar. Maybe it's last week. But no, here we are, and we are ready for an amazing show tonight. I'm so glad to be here with you guys, and I wanted to just tell you a little bit about myself because we've had so many new people joining lately that this may be your first time watching. Is there anybody new in the... Yeah, hi everybody. Is there anybody new with us tonight? Anybody new who's never been to the show before? We want to welcome you. Any newbies? Huh? Do we have any? All right. So here we go. We love new people. And we've had, I don't know, how many new people coming onto our Facebook page? Lots and lots of new people these past couple weeks, especially with our big giveaway we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But first, I just want to introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Shari Criso. I'm a certified nurse midwife, a board-certified lactation consultant, an educator, a mommy. I'm a mommy, right? I am a mommy at heart. That's my number one job, and it's so wonderful because we've been doing the show for the past more than 18 months now, and now we've been able to start doing it from home. So I get to invite every single one of you into my home every single week. We're sitting here in my home office, and as you can see, do you think I love my kids a little? You know, it's just a wall of pictures. I just can't stop getting enough of them. It's right across from my desk. And can we show them my desk?
No.
Okay, they don't want to see. All right, I'm throwing things and they all went, no, Shar. Okay, stop. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. Who am I talking to? Would you like to know who I'm talking to? This is Taylor over here. Taylor, say hello, Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Taylor does all the videography for me, and he controls the show here, and he's the one who goes, no, we're not doing that. She's getting out of control again. And then I have Mr. Joe over here. Say hello, Mr. Joe. There he is.
Hey.
Oh, he's, you know what? Figures it. Go Giants. Go Giants.
I got a ring, yo. I got a ring. Actually, I stole this from my daughter.
Let me see that. I think it's mine.
No, it's the girls.
Okay.
Super Bowl 42, New York Giants.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun, really. It was a fun day.
We had a party here.
I gave up going to the celebration today because I didn't want to get trapped in New York because I would have been yanked. So I'm here with you guys.
We had a great Super Bowl party this year.
We did.
Me and Joe.
Anybody else enjoy it? Who enjoyed the game?
And the kids and Lucky, we all sat around and had some fun. Had a couple drinks and
Where's
just
Lucky? Get
party.
that puppy.
Yeah, it was a really good. It was fun. Where is he?
Lucky's part of the crew.
Lucky went running away. Anyway, I am really excited to have all of you guys here tonight. You know, a couple weeks ago we did.
Let's give Lucky
you want to say hi to Lucky?
Lucky hasn't said hi in a while.
Say hi to Lucky. Oh, Lucky got it. Lucky got a bath today. Look how cute he looks. He looks so nice and cute. Hi, Mama.
Aww.
Hi, Mama. That's my baby. Okay. So, yeah, a couple weeks ago, we did a fantastic show, which was kind of like last minute decision to have you guys be live on with us, asking your own questions so that we could talk and interact, which, as you know, if you know me, that's what I love to do most, is to just take your live questions and really answer them. So we decided we would do it again tonight, and we have 5 mamas that are ready to go, waiting on the lines to be called. They're also in the chat room, okay? And we're going to be able to call you guys up, and so just wait for your name to be called. I'm going to dial you up, and then once we start, you just ask your question, and I will do my best to answer it the best I can. We have a great show because we have some fantastic prizes tonight. And the prizes are from our fantastic sponsors. Tonight's sponsors are Viacord. Okay, they do cord blood banking, and it's a national company. Fantastic people over at Viacord. Love Viacord. Also, Kanga Care, making the Rumperoos, the little Joeys, the new Eco Posh diapers. Everybody knows we're totally into cloth diapering. We love Kanga Care. We have Kowalikin. I don't know if Vivian's in the house tonight, but tonight's going to be a special night because we did a beautiful video with Vivian over when we were in Kentucky, And tonight we're going to be premiering her video so you guys get to see what the koala kin nursing carrier is like and how it works in action. So it's a great video. And then we also have Highlands Homeopathic. See all the prizes? How awesome is this, right? We got lots of prizes like Santa Claus again. Highlands Homeopathic. We'll be giving away a kids kit. And then last but not least, always and forever, Earth Mama Angel Baby. My favorite people over there, and we are with them again. So they are with us tonight. So let's see. Where is everyone from tonight? Let's see. Anybody? Let me hear where you're from. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, hi, Jamie. Hello, love. Missing you. What, Jimmy, when you coming back on the show? We need to have you here. You've been out of town for a long time.
Out, man.
He's been out of town. Yeah, you see, now we could do it from home, and then you could just go sleep on my couch like usual, right? It'd be so much fun. All right, here we go. Arizona, Ohio, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Cleveland, California. Oh, my goodness. Look at these people. Costa Rica. Here we go. Oh, I love it. Just love it. You guys are awesome. Always come back. New Jersey. Hello, Melissa. And Carissa. Carissa, my assistant. My person who spent the day with me again today, who's always here in the chat room. When you see Carissa out there, everybody shout out and say, hi, Carissa. Yeah, hi, Carissa. Okay, so tonight, let's start off with our questions because we got a lot of questions to ask and answer, okay? So we're going to go ahead and call our first person up on the phone. And our first person tonight, let's see. Our first person tonight, you know what, actually, I want to just mention one more thing before we call our first person. Just want to make sure that you guys have all gone to support the pledge, the Support with Integrity pledge that Mama Melinda started for our breastfeeding pledge. So if you haven't signed the pledge, go over it and make sure that you signed it. And it's just such a fantastic cause. I stand behind it 100%. It's everything I believe in. And I want to make sure that you guys are still sending people over to that, okay? So, are we ready, Joe? We're ready. Joe says we're ready. Okay, so let's see. We are going to, actually, we're going to call Shannon first, okay? Let's call Shannon first. So, Shannon, get ready. Here we come, okay? Here is Shannon. Okay, let me find Shannon now. Why can't I find Shannon's question? There it is. Circle the wrong one.
Hello.
Hi, Shannon. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for submitting a question. It's so nice to talk to you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for answering it.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. We love doing these kind of shows. It's so much fun to get to actually speak to you. You know, normally.
Well, yeah, this is the first time I've seen your show, so.
Oh, so you're new to our show and you're on the show for the very first time?
Yeah.
Oh, how fantastic is that? I didn't know this was your first time. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, you have just found the most amazing group of supportive and, you know, just open-minded moms and dads out there who are going to support you in such ways that you can't believe. Honestly, we just go over every topic, and we're really excited to have you. So I just want to welcome you to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, awesome. So why don't you go ahead and ask me your question, and then I will do my best to answer it for you.
Okay. Well, I had my daughter December 20th, and about when she was 2 weeks old, she started showing signs of colic, like crying every night for hours and hours.
Yes.
And so her doctor told me to take dairy out of my diet, and I did that. Well, now she's 7 weeks old, and she seems fine.
Yes.
So I was just wondering, when can I, like, incorporate dairy back into my diet, or if I should just hold off on it for a while?
Great question. So now she's 7 weeks, and it seems like she's fine. You don't have these crying spells anymore.
Yep.
Okay. So the answer to your question is sort of a two-part question. So I want to kind of answer two parts of it. One is the fact that the baby was crying starting around 2 weeks of age, and now that the baby's 7 weeks, you're seeing it kind of dissipate. So, you know, one thing to always keep in mind with a newborn is that, was your baby born on time?
Yep. She was right the day after her due date.
Perfect. Okay. So this is what I teach to all my clients, that, fussiness in babies, okay, in all babies, it's pretty much across the board, starts around 2 weeks past the due date is when we see this fussiness start. Some babies have it all day long, which we would consider colic babies, where they're crying all the time. Some babies, you'll see it at certain times of the day, what we call like the witching hour, like, dinner time, where the baby's just crying out of control at 7 o'clock at night every night. But it usually,
okay, yeah, that's how she was.
Yeah, and it usually starts around almost to the day, 2 weeks after the due date. I mean, I literally tell my clients, mark it on the calendar, it's going to start. And if you have a preemie, it may be that if the baby's born 2 weeks early, you may not see it starting for 4 weeks after the due date. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And so what happens is that fussiness begins around 2 weeks and usually peaks at around 6 weeks past the due date. So what you might be seeing is that it was getting, part of this could be just the age the baby was, because the baby started this fussiness right at the right time. And now that she's 7 weeks old, you would expect to see it starting to fade away. Okay? And this happens, pretty much all like around the clock with every baby that I see. What helps a lot, and there's a whole episode that I did on calming your fussy baby. We have about 60 episodes in archive. I would go back to that episode for anybody out there who's experiencing this and watch, where I talk about swaddling, where I talk about burping and the way to do the feedings, and we talk a little bit more about what causes this fussiness. And I see some of them in the chat room saying, yeah, we're going through this now. So that's the first part of the answer. The second part of the answer is your question about dairy, and it's very valid. So when a baby's really uncomfortable, a baby's showing signs of very a lot of gas. Sometimes you'll see like a green stool instead of yellow. All those things. Yeah. Did you see that with your baby?
Yeah.
That green stool is a sign that it could be an irritation of the bowel, and that typically will come from dairy. Okay, so when people start cutting things out of their diet, they're not eating this or they're not eating that, it really is not the place to start. The first place to start is with your dairy intake. So that was really good advice that your pediatrician, is that who told you, your pediatrician, to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. That was good advice, because I would say the number one thing that most babies don't tolerate well is cow's milk. And that's why a lot of babies do have a hard time on infant formula, because it's based with cow's milk. Now that you've cut it out of your diet, I'm not sure what actually caused it to begin with, just based on how old the baby was, whether it was just the normal fussiness or it is a dairy intolerance. So my suggestion to you right now would be to start slowly introducing some dairy back into your diet, and see how your baby does, because it's a long year otherwise. if it isn't the dairy and it was just the fact that that's the typical time a baby's fussy, then now you've gone the whole year where you've not been able to eat any cheese or anything. I
know it's hard.
Trust me, I know too. I had it. Both of my children were dairy intolerant, and I wasn't really able to eat dairy the entire year that I was breastfeeding either one of them. So I know what that feels like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and if you do have that, and a lot of babies do, I say 50% of the ones that I see have this dairy intolerance. It doesn't always last the whole year. So that's the good news.
So is it pretty instant? Like if I had like a small glass of milk and then I fed her, would she probably get fussy like instantly, like an hour later, or?
Yeah, it all depends on how sensitive your baby is. I literally would go out to dinner, sprinkle cheese on my pasta, and then my baby be up all night.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it was that instant. Now, the other thing is, it's that quick to go into your milk, but it could take almost 3 to 5 days or sometimes a week to come out. So don't overdo it on the first shot.
Okay.
Yeah, and somebody's putting in their ice cream. Don't start with ice cream. That's probably the worst one. I would say some kind of a hard cheese is probably a way to test it, and then move on from there.
Okay.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And guess what else?
What?
When we answer your question, you win a prize. Did you know that?
Awesome.
Okay, so you win a prize tonight. Taylor's going to pull up a picture of it. Did you ever hear of Highlands Homeopathy? They make the best products on the market, homeopathic products for babies, and I'm really into homeopathic products, trying to use as little medication as possible. And there is a kids kit, and I'm about to show you a picture of it. Okay, it's great. It has like top remedies for children, as well as some arnica cream, which is great if they bump their heads, as your baby starts to get bigger and crawling around, little bruises and stuff. But Highlands Kids Kit, and so we're going to have one sent out to you.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay, so what you need to do is go to mybabyexperts.tv, okay, and just scroll down the page where you see Claim Your Prize Here, and I have it actually up on the screen right now. And you can just put in your information, let us know that you won the Highlands Kids Kit, and then we will have it sent out to you.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Congratulations, Shannon, and welcome to the show. I hope you'll keep joining us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, that was fantastic. So we had a newbie on the phone with us. Woohoo! Give me a high five for that. High five for that. Yay, Shannon. Great question. That's the way to do it.
We love newbies. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Ask those questions. There you go. And remember, when I do my shows, and actually from now on, as you ask your questions, what I would request is that put your phone number in anyway, okay? Because you never know when we may surprise you, even during a regular show where we may call you. Or sometimes I'll go back, maybe your question wasn't the right question for tonight, or there were too many that came in, but at least I can go back on another episode and use it when we do it again, okay? So make sure that you include your phone numbers where I can contact you in all of your RSVPs and questions to me if you want to be called, okay? Excellent.
Sounds good.
Very, very good. We are ready for another question. Did everybody like that? Yes? Did you enjoy that? Okay, good. So now, our next caller is going to be Jennifer from California. So let's call Jennifer. Joe's awesome. Joe set this whole thing up for me with everybody's names. He made it very easy that I can just push the button and we're going to get Jennifer. No speaker. Okay, we're going to get Jennifer on the phone.
You got a solid team, huh?
We got a solid team here. Here we go. I love this. This is my favorite show.
Oh.
Hello, Jennifer. How are you?
Hello, doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Enjoying my favorite type of show. Honestly, to get to talk to you guys is definitely my favorite episodes. I just love it.
Well, I actually like these episodes the best. They kind of have a sense of spontaneity that you just can't get any other way.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's like when we did this a couple weeks ago, it's like we finished the show and I literally, we ended and I looked at Taylor and Joe and I said, that was the best show ever. That's the best show ever. And we're going to keep doing it. So, every couple weeks, and that's what I was saying, just keep submitting your question. I have to give you props. You just submitted some really fantastic questions tonight. I didn't know what to choose from. I think Jennifer gets the prize for the most amount of questions submitted tonight. So,
well, I guess part of it's just because I think that anybody who wants to breastfeed needs as much support as possible to do it.
Yes.
And so whatever questions that I always had that didn't get answered, maybe my questions could be answered for somebody else who might be in the same situation. And maybe I'll know for a future situation.
That is so beautiful, and I love that. I really do. I read every single one of them, and they were all great. And I've picked up actually 2 questions that I'd like to answer with you.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and do the first one. Let me see here. The first one that I'd like to do is
that was my wrist.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do the other one first. Let's do the breastfeeding question first on what your doctor said to you.
Okay, great. Well, I was just thinking to myself, if a mom plans to breastfeed long term,
yes, and
she chooses her doctor according to the idea that the doctor also is a doctor who supports long term breastfeeding, then, I had a personal challenge. By about age 1, my doctor started
started saying, okay, well, your baby is 1 year old. The baby should really only be getting 3 servings of dairy, including breast milk, a day. So what do I do at that point?
Yeah.
Is the doctor really being supportive? Is the doctor changing their stance? Should I keep trying to breastfeed closer to on-demand? Should I really try to wheedle him down to 3 times a day?
Yes.
Help.
Great question. Again, multiple layers to this question too. Okay, so first off, your doctor is not trying to be unsupportive of breastfeeding. What's happening, which happens so often, is just this lack of knowledge that's happening. Okay, so although he's trying to be supportive, he's actually referring to breast milk as dairy.
Yes.
Breast milk is not dairy.
I know.
Okay, so maybe, the idea that you should limit the child's dairy to 3 servings, in fact, I limit their dairy even more than that, is true. So he's not wrong on that. But breast milk is not included there. When we're talking about is cow's milk dairy, okay? And breastfeeding is breast milk is totally different. So it's not that he's not trying to be supportive, he just doesn't understand.
Okay.
He's confusing the two issues. So no, you do not need to limit your breastfeeding at all, okay? And in fact,
Okay.
here in this country, the recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics are to breastfeed exclusively, including solid foods, at least until 1 year, okay? How people take that at least till 1 year is that they should stop at 1 year. That's not what they're saying. The World Health Organization, which is worldwide, recommends breastfeeding for at least 2 years. Okay, so they continue to receive the benefits of breast milk for as long as you continue to feed them. And so there is no reason to limit unless your child is like having a lot of trouble eating solid foods. You see that it's constant every hour. When it becomes a behavioral issue, that's one thing. But to limit them because for some reason they're getting too much of it, I don't agree with that at all. Okay. The other part of it is that some people are asking the question, is it okay to start weaning down to 3 feedings or down to 2 feedings starting at a year? And that question is, yes, it's fine to start weaning down. So it kind of at that point comes down to, what do you want to do? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So
is it one of the things that the doctor pointed out was at this point your baby really needs to be getting so much more variety of nutrition that your breast milk can't necessarily give the baby at this point after 1 year old. That's not how I was raised with understanding.
It's not true. It's just not true. I mean, the breast milk has full nutrition to it, and in fact, there's nutrition in the breast milk that you can't get from other foods. Like I said, a child that's at 1 year that's not eating any solids and exclusively breastfeeding still, and like refusing all solids, at that point, I would start to look at it like we really need to get them to start eating variety and eating solid foods. But it's not because there's something lacking in the breast milk that the child can't survive on.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Absolutely.
Awesome. Great question. I love that question. I thought that was really great. And I don't think we've covered that too much to really understand, that that it's not the same as dairy. And a lot of people may be, getting the same information from their pediatricians to be encouraged to wean down even when they don't want to.
Well, I actually did start weaning down to 3 times, and he decided that that's not what he wanted to do about 2 weeks ago. So all of a sudden, he's back up to about 7 times a day. So
you know what? It comes
I'm
down
okay with that.
That's the answer. If you're okay with that, and he's eating solid foods and he's doing well, there's nothing to worry about at all. Nothing to worry about. Mm-hmm. So let's move on to your second question now.
Okay. My second question was that really it's more for a newborn baby issue, but the newborn baby, when breastfeeding, needs extra support. And both times with both of my sons, now I did have one right on top of the other, so maybe I didn't heal 100% in between. But with both of my sons, I got some sort of a nerve damage in my wrist from really positioning the baby's head in a very supportive way.
Yes.
And I did have a very good breastfeeding pillow.
Yes.
But no matter, even when I had the consciousness of how painful it was with the first child, it happened once again with my second child, even when I was trying to not do it. So how do I prevent that from happening, and how do others?
So common, and this can start during pregnancy with carpal tunnel syndrome. Lots of people suffer from that pain in the wrist starting in pregnancy, and then so many people have it from breastfeeding, from holding the position for long periods of time. We all know how important like good latch is, especially with a newborn. So you really do need to be holding their head and positioning them well. The pillow does matter a lot. I really like, and one of my favorite pillows is the My Breast Friend, because it holds the baby up at the breast for you. Lots of people, depending on your anatomy, how big your breasts are, the positioning, lots of people can actually lay the baby right on the pillow, and it's just a gentle kind of pulling in rather than actually holding the baby's head. Once you get the baby latched, you can literally lay the baby right on the pillow. So that's one thing that can really help. The other thing is using some support blankets, or like what I've used, especially with the My Breast Friend, is taking some blankets and rolling it up behind the baby so that mom's hands are free to move. It's that holding the position for long periods of time that causes that stiffness.
Okay, so it's really just staying in the same place for a long time. If I were able to have let go and kind of move my wrist or pick up a cup or squeeze a ball a little bit, it probably would have not happened.
I really think that, if you think about it, think about breastfeeding, how frequently you're doing it, right? You're doing it every 2 to 3 hours. Especially with a newborn, every 2 hours, sometimes 1 hour. You're doing it around the clock, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for months. And, we don't even exercise that much. So there's nothing we do where we hold these positions for long stretches of time in the same position. And, any nursing mom who knows, like, I finally got my baby positioned right, they're going to keep going back to that same position and holding it there.
That's what I did.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt, and you're like, okay, I figured it out. Now I don't want to move, right? So it's
right,
really
exactly.
And beyond just the wrist pain, people get really bad neck pain, back pain from leaning over, right? From trying to hold a position. They get lower back pain from not having their knees bent. So it's important. If you watch in my DVD, what I describe is the My Breast Friend with a stool, with a nursing stool, so you're bending your knees higher than your hips, and then with the pillow, you can sometimes get the angle just right where you can actually put like a burp pad or a blanket behind the baby, and you can actually move your hand, get a drink of water. I got to a point where I was able to like actually read to my older daughter, and I've talked about this before, where I was able to actually lay the baby right on the pillow, right at the breast. So
that's what I was only able to do once my second son was a little bit older.
Yes.
I had an amazing breastfeeding pillow.
Yes.
But just that newness of the new baby, that I just felt as though he needed my extra 2 hands.
Yeah, it's the other thing that just came out that I love, and I'm going to show you the video. That's why I loved your question, especially for tonight. I met Vivian, who designed the Koalakin nursing carrier, and really, who is this carrier for? It's really for people like what you're talking about, who have carpal tunnel, who are really uncomfortable holding the baby. It's the only thing I've seen that really holds the baby in the exact right position right at the breast. It's not like a sling. It's not like nursing in a sling like that you would just wear all the time. It actually brings the baby directly belly to belly facing you to the breast. So it's fantastic, and that's why I loved it. I mean, I literally walked up to it in this entire trade show, and I was like, oh my God, finally there's something for people who are really that uncomfortable.
Somebody made it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great. How old is your baby?
Well, right now he is just turning 15 months.
Okay, awesome. Well, what I'm going to do right this minute is I want to show the video. Okay, and then we're going to come right back to you. Take a look at this, and then you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This is the Koalakin video, and let's play it, Taylor. Hi everyone, it's Shari from My Baby Experts, and here I am again, one more year at ABC Kids Expo. This time we're in Kentucky, and as you know, I will always find you the best products. Among the sea of products here, we have found the one. This is Vivian, and Vivian is the creator of a fantastic product called the Koalakin. Koala is the new product that brings your baby to the breast for hands-free breastfeeding, and I'm just super excited to meet Vivian and to find this product for all of you. So welcome, Vivian.
Thank you.
And thank you for creating something that is going to help so many moms out there to support them with breastfeeding. And as you know, moms that are breastfeeding really need that support.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about what made you design this product and how does it work?
Absolutely. So the issue that I had when I was breastfeeding is I suffered from mastitis caused by a poor latch. I also had severe arm, neck, and shoulder pain from having to hold my baby very close, 8 to 12 times a day, half an hour to 45 minutes. So it was a real strain on my body. And I realized that I needed a tool to help me hold the baby close. So I joined forces with lactation consultants, and we developed the Koala, the hands-free nursing pouch. It's a pouch that holds the baby's weight. It distributes the baby's weight across your shoulders, promoting a more ergonomic posture, and it holds the baby nice and close so that the baby has a better chance of staying latched on. And the great thing about it is you can nurse hands-free, so for those women who have any sort of strain, it completely eliminates that.
And what I also love about this product is the baby is turned directly facing the mother's body so that the baby's perfectly side and making a perfect latch. The other thing I love about this too is that with the hands-free, you have a hand-free to do something else with. So if you have other children, if you needed to move around, so you could be sitting on the couch using the positioner so that it's actually supporting you. But if you had to get up, the baby's not disturbed. Coming off, the latch is still good. It's all perfect. You need to do something else, read to your older children, or do anything that you need to do. So basically, just one click here.
It was one click here and one on each side. So in each side of your body.
Down, and then this comes up. And then when the baby wants to nurse on the other side,
so then
you just flip the baby over.
Yes. Position the baby.
Position the baby on your breast.
And you move it to the other side.
Perfect.
My name is Beth. This is Audrey. We are from miasamami.com. And what we love about this is that I have my hands free so I can deal with her big brother while she's getting her meal.
So you put on the vest like you would put a backpack or any normal vest.
Okay.
So the pouch is like an upside down triangle, and it has these both connectors over here. So you click it on one side, and then you click it on the other side as well. And then you can pull to adjust. So I'll let you do that.
It should be tight around.
It should be tight. It should be nice and snug around your waist. So now you're ready to put the baby in. So choose which side you want to nurse on first.
On this side.
Okay, so position her properly. So once she's in the right position, you wrap the pouch around her. And she's looking at me, wondering what's going on. And then you can start nursing.
Okay.
Perfect. Then you just flick this on your opposite shoulder. Remember, it's the opposite shoulder from the one you're nursing. And hold her weight just for a second. And to adjust for her size. And then make sure this is supporting her head. And there you go. Here she is. Hands-free, and she's supported. And her head is supported, but it's not pushing against her head, because if it were, she'd have the pullback reflex, and that's not happening here. But she's perfectly supported, and she's fits pretty well in the large pouch. So this is a perfect fit for her.
This is my first time using it, and I was a little nervous. I didn't know how she would handle it, but she's got a great latch. She's doing fantastically. It's very comfortable. And it's nice to have both my hands free. With a 2-year-old at home, I could tend to him while I nurse her.
Wow, awesome. awesome
But
product.
so great.
What do you think, Jennifer? Jen and I were having a conversation through the whole thing, like we really needed this, right?
I said that it's heaven sent. I said this should be one of those basic equipment pieces that every new mommy should have.
Well, I know Vivian, the creator, is in the chat room. You can tell her. I'm sure she's
Thank you, Vivian. That's just a wonderful thing. Thank you for inventing this for everybody who needs it.
Yeah, it really. I'm sure she's smiling from ear to ear. You know, when you know that I know it came from her own needs, and to be a mom who's breastfed and then say, okay, there's something that needs to be out there that doesn't exist, and create it. And it feels so good. Thank you, Vivian.
I was actually telling my husband about this,
yes.
And I told him, I said, this is the most important new product that has come out this year, and I'm so excited to see one in person one of these days.
Awesome.
I'm just so pleased. Thank you, Vivian, for creating that.
Well, Jennifer, you know what? You're going to get to see one sooner than you thought.
I am.
Yeah, because you won one.
You smile on my face right now.
What'd you say? What did you say?
You gotta see the smile on my face right now. If there was a webcam here.
Yeah, see, we need to do picture-in-picture.
As I'm holding my baby in my right arm and my phone in my left arm.
So everybody say, yay, Jennifer, congratulations. Okay, so you're gonna get to win one of the Koalakin nursing carriers. So what you need to do, they come in 2 colors, okay, brown and black. And they also come in 2 sizes, depending on the size of your baby. You can go to koala-kin.com and look at the sizing charts there, decide which one you want, and then go to mybabyexperts.tv. Okay, scroll down the page and just enter your information so we know where we can send it to you. How's that sound?
That's great. Gosh, I feel so blessed right now. This is wonderful.
Well, you had fantastic questions. Thank you for taking the time to ask all of these beautiful questions for us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having this show that can actually answer the questions that people need answered. I really appreciate you.
Okay, you're welcome. And I have to make a correction, Vivian. Thank you. It is not koala-kin. It's koalakin with no dash.com.
Welcome. Very good.
Okay, thanks, Jennifer.
See that on the chat room.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay, thank you. Very, very nice. Wasn't that great? Taylor, you did a great job, as always. I love that video. That was fantastic. There was also something that came up in the chat room to be a little bit more clarification about what exclusive breastfeeding was. So I just want to clarify, when we're talking about exclusive breastfeeding till 1 year, that does not mean excluding solids. So what the recommendations are is exclusive breastfeeding, breast milk only, no food, water, formula for the first 6 months. And then from 6 months to a year, you would continue to breastfeed while introducing solids like baby foods to your baby. Okay, so that is exclusive breastfeeding, all right, when you are not feeding formula and you're giving solid foods. Is that clear, Joe? Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm glad. You're welcome. Excellent. Okay, so let's move on to the next question here. I think we're going late, but I guess, hey, we got to be thorough. We like to be thorough here. I have too much fun. I don't want to let go of you guys. Okay, our next question. Who's having fun? Who's having fun in the chat room tonight? It's a fun night. Yay! Always excellent. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we've got New Jersey in the house. Melissa from New Jersey. We're calling you right now, Melissa. I hope you're there. Here we go. I feel like one of those radio personalities that call-ins, Such a strange thing. Here we go.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Shari.
How you doing? I saw you in the chat room there. Nice to talk to you tonight.
You too.
Oh. So how are you and little Charlotte doing these days?
Good. She's beating me up.
She's beating you up?
Yes.
Tell me what's happening. What's your question?
I'm a victim of mommy abuse. I'm getting abused by my 7-month-old.
She's 7 months old, and tell me how she's abusing you.
Well, we are still exclusively breastfeeding.
Yes.
And she doesn't have any teeth yet.
Yes.
Thankfully.
Yes.
And so what she's doing is while she's nursing, she's pulling with her mouth and stretching my breast.
Mm-hmm.
And
at the same time, she's like kicking and hitting, but she's hungry. It's not like I'm forcing her on or anything.
Right.
So she's like kung fu style, beating me up, and like almost making like noises while she's doing it. Like she's angry.
Like she's angry. She's like, okay, give me more. Okay, so couple things. that let me tell you, when as you were saying it, I could actually remember it. That feeling when they just like go to turn their head really fast, but they forget to let go of your nipple when they're doing it. Joe used to walk in the room, and I'd be like, no! Because the minute he'd walk in the room, the baby would turn her head to look at Joe, but she would forget to let go of me and take the breast milk. So, yes, I understand the feeling.
Yes. She's trying to, like, stand up and nurse at the same time while, like, doing other things. I'm like, are you multitasking? Or?
She's a girl, see? She's multitasking. Yeah, so a couple of things are going on here possibly. One is just the age, okay? They become extremely curious as you're seeing. Every distraction is going to distract her. Everything in the room, any noise, anybody walking in, pictures on the wall. She's very interested in taking it all in right now. So, are you noticing that you're not having it happen as much like in the first morning feeding when she's nice and quiet in bed with you or late at night? Or do you notice it all the time?
It's kind of all the time, yeah. And it's definitely more when we're when there's distractions. But it happens even when it's just quiet and it's just her and I.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's definitely more like if there's distractions if we're in public.
Yes.
But.
So beyond the distraction, because I'd like to get beyond that, because what are you going to do other than be in a dark room? Couple other things that could be happening too. Two that come to mind. One is that she could be teething. She has no teeth right now, and they could be starting to break through. And what she's going to do is she's going to chomp, because she's trying to rub her gums. Okay, so the pulling sensation could be just the feeling of wanting relief on the gums. I don't know if you can see or feel anything underneath her gums, like anything coming in.
No, there's nothing there.
Yeah, is she drooling? Yeah. Is she drooling more?
Yeah, I mean, she's been teething for months, it seems like. And we use a teething necklace. And if that thing is not on, it's full on wet t-shirt contact.
Yeah, so you know what? You may not be seeing the teeth popping through, but it could very, very well be that she's just uncomfortable and she's trying to rub. And like moving her head around is what she's doing, but she just happens to be doing it on you. So some of that could be teething. The other thing that I was going to say is typically, and I'm going to ask you something personal now, but did you get your period recently back?
That was at like 5 months.
At 5 months, yeah. So what you're going to notice somewhere between, and this, a lot of people have been getting I've been noticing more and more moms getting their periods while they're breastfeeding. More in the last couple years than ever, but somewhere around 6 months, you can start to get your period back again. And when that happens, your hormone levels are shifting and your milk supply can be a little bit low if it's right before your period. So, if you're keeping track, it's hard to sometimes keep track because it may be a little irregular while you're breastfeeding, but if it's right before a period, you can be a little bit low. Your supply can be a little bit low, and the pulling could literally be some frustration of like, I want more now, but we all know how to, work with that is to just breastfeed more. So there's really nothing, other to do than to, the milk-made tea, drinking some of the tea could help, staying hydrated, and then just understanding that that's what's happening, and feeding more frequently may help.
Okay.
May help. Did you notice that it's sort of before your period? Does it get worse?
I haven't been paying attention, but I'll
it could be that down. It could be that, and it could also be during ovulation, which you might not even be knowing is happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of those things can decrease your supply, and then this feeling of like where you feel like she's beating you up, like I want more. It really could be a little bit of a like a little bit of a decrease in supply. Plus, you know, they go through a 6-month growth spurt, which she could be going through now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and if it is the growth spurt, then she's going to be frustrated, eating more frequently, pulling at the breast, you know, and now she's strong, so she's hitting too.
So I'm like, where do you work out?
Oh, that's really funny. You know, it all brings me back. I remember all of this stuff. Oh my goodness. So, okay, I hope that answered your question for you, you know, or gave you some ideas of what to look for. I'm not sure that it's going to stop right at this moment because some of it is behavioral, but I would also just try to, if it really is getting bad and you find that, you know, probably a quiet room is the best place to be. And then the feedings may be a lot shorter than you think. So I know your feedings have always been long, but once you...
Yeah, they range now. During the day, she's got people to see and things to do, so they're short. But at night, she's still a comfort nurture. But during the day, they're fast.
Right, right. So we have a prize for you, Melissa.
Yay!
Yay! Do you like prizes? We have a prize from Rumperoos for you.
Oh, yay!
Okay, so we're going to give you one of the Rumperoos wet bags.
Nice.
Look at that wet bag.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're awesome. Can we get an ooh from that? Ooh. The Rumperoos, that's from Kanga Care. Okay, it's a Kanga Care wet bag. It's great because it's nice and big. It can fit a lot, and then it can hang right on your stroller. And they come in all nice prints, and I know you've seen all the prints, so you can pick out which color you like, and you know, just tell us, and we'll have it sent out to you. It's really, those are really great too as your baby gets older to like use for the beach, use for bathing suits, because you know they just hold all the wet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad that we got to talk tonight, Melissa.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. So go to mybabyexperts.tv, scroll down the page, and enter your information to claim your prize. Okay.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great question. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye. Yay! Yay! How fun is this? Is everybody having fun? This is great. Just let me talk the whole hour. See, I'm in my glory, just talking the whole time. You know, it's like talking to you guys, hearing you guys on the phone. It's just the best. It is really the best. This is the best type of show. Okay, so we are on to our next question. Everybody hang out with me. We've got good questions. Don't go away, okay? I know it's taken a while, but we're doing them anyway. Let's see, who's next? Let's call, let's see. Let's call Robin, okay? Robin from Texas. Get ready, Robin. Here we come. Where's Robin, Joe? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Come on.
He's on the ball. It's me. I can't see. All right, Robin, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Robin. It's Shari. How are you?
Hi, Sherry. I'm great. How are you?
Great. Are you having a good time tonight?
I am a little bit of a black screen, but enjoying the chat room, so that's okay.
Okay, sorry about that. I hate that. You got to go back and watch the replays so you can get all the answers to all the questions. But the chat's fun anyway, right?
Exactly, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for submitting your question to us. I really appreciate it. I'd love to have you ask me on air so that we can have everybody else hear what you wrote to me.
Sure. Well, our son... months old as of yesterday, and
say that one more time. I think you cut out. How old is your son?
He's 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
And, yes, and he's been coexisting with us since he was born. And it just so happens that my mom is in town, and Ryder has slept in his bassinet next to her, and.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties, Robin.
Live TV.
It's not only the screen that's going black. Are you still there? Uh-oh. We lost Robin. That hasn't happened before. With all these calls, that's pretty good, actually, that's the first time we lost somebody. Wow, I'm sorry, Robin. I'm going to try calling you back again. Hopefully you're going to answer and you're going to be okay there. It was cutting out. We had a bad connection. Let's try Robin again. Poor Robin. Can't get on the video, can't get on the phone.
I'm standing very still.
Are you okay? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So where did I leave off?
So Joe's telling me to tell you to talk a little slower, and you left off that your mom was in town and he slept with your mom next to your mom, and he slept all night.
Yes, and those are the only 2 times that he's actually slept through the night, is next to her in his bassinet.
Gotcha. So what is your question about it?
Well, we're just wondering if there's a particular reason why he's sleeping through the night next to her and not with us in bed in the co-sleeper.
Yep.
And if we should be introducing a crib soon. He's almost 16 pounds, so he's growing out of his little snuggle nest. But I love co-sleeping with him, and I'm just sort of torn on the whole issue.
Mm-hmm. So there's no issue in the sense that you're happy doing it, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to offer you. If your baby is not close to you and sleeping like swaddled next to your mother in a bassinet, she may not be paying attention to his cues of wanting to wake up. And she may just be like letting him go back to sleep on his own, which he may do naturally, whether he's with you or with her. She's just not picking him up to feed.
Okay.
Okay, so she's telling you he slept all night. I doubt that he didn't go through cycles where he actually kind of opened, woke up a little bit, but then went back to sleep. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Babies always go through sleep cycles. What's healthiest for the baby, okay, is to be, at that age, to be getting up, to feeding during the night. That'll keep your milk supply going. The baby's still very young. And again, it really, in the end, comes down to, I read from your question and from what you just said, you want to continue. So
yes.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt the best thing for you and for the baby is to continue co-sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've just heard so many different opinions about, when they get a certain age, and if you co-sleep with them past 3 months, that they won't be able to be on their own. But, I mean, I sleep better, even though I'm up in the middle of the night a little bit sleeping. He generally goes right back to sleep after I nurse.
Yep.
And, of course, I just about ran over my fiance trying to get to him when I realized he hadn't awoken through the night, and, I felt like my chest was going to explode, so that wasn't the best thing, but
it's just not the right. He's getting probably a really good feeding during the night. Those night feedings are really important to your milk supply. He's only 3 months old. Probably a big source of his intake is coming during the night, and you're not unhappy doing it. Babies that are sleeping next to their mothers and co-sleeping are at decreased risk for SIDS. So there's like a lot of reasons why the baby needs to be close to you. And you, like you said, you're not going to sleep as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that your own instincts already knew what the right answer was. It's just that you get a lot of feedback from other people saying, if you do this, then he's going to get spoiled. If you and what you got to do is, so with so many things, you've got to follow your own gut instincts as a mom, because you're right. And sometimes there's no right or wrong necessarily. You'll hear me say it over and over again. Oh, it sounds like you want to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Oh, it sounds like you want to wean. Maybe you should wean. And that's because everybody has a different idea of what's good for them.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that, it wasn't a sign that, your baby's looking to be on his own. He just happened to sleep through the night when your mom was with him. He probably didn't sense you the same way. And when he started to wake, he went back to sleep. It's actually a good sign that he can self-soothe. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't need to get up and eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my chest definitely appreciates him feeding in the middle of the night. So
I am sure.
We'll probably continue.
I am sure. I'm sure. I think it's really a good thing, and I think you're doing fabulous. And I just want to congratulate you for being so committed to your baby and doing such a great job.
Thank you so much, Shari. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I have a beautiful prize for you. Would you like to know what it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So you're going to win from Earth Mama Angel Baby. We got a baby bundle, Earth Mama Angel Baby bundle for you.
All right. I just posted that on my Facebook, actually. So excellent.
Oh, great. It's a great prize. We love the baby bundle. All the best baby products are in this baby bundle, so you get to try everything. How's that?
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, excellent. Thank you to Earth Mama Angel Baby for providing that to us. I need you to go over to mybabyexperts.tv and then scroll down the page to the claim your prize and enter your information so we could send it to you, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much, and happy birthday, Earth Mama.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Earth Mama. Happy birthday. Thank you, Robin. Take care. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, Shari. Bye.
All right. Bye. Yay, that was fantastic. Thank you, Earth Mama. Happy birthday. We love you guys so much. They're 10. Earth Mama's 10. You're double digits. Double digits here. Fantastic.
Teenager.
Yeah, my daughter just turned 10 too. I know all about 10. Oh, goodness. Okay, we've got one more question here, right? Is it one more? Yes. We've got one more question, and this question came from Maureen in Ohio. Maureen, who is such a loyal viewer every single week here with us. Here we go, Maureen. I'm so happy to be talking to you live. We're calling you.
Hello.
Hi, Maureen. Nice to talk to you.
Hey, nice to talk to you too. This is so much fun.
It's so much. Aren't these the best shows?
Yes, I love it.
Seems like everybody loves it. They're like, forget it. Let's just all talk to each other, right?
Right. Mom time.
Mom time. Exactly. I think that's what we should call the show. Mom time.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And then everybody will know. Everybody will know what we're talking about. Great. Thanks, Maureen. We're going to actually call it that. So let me hear your question tonight.
Okay, so I'm currently expecting my second baby.
Congratulations.
In August.
Yes.
Thank you. And so I did breastfeed my son for a few weeks, never made it quite to the part where we were pumping. And I'd always wondered this, so I'm, hopefully this goes better the second time around.
Yes.
But I'd always wondered, when is the best time to start pumping after you deliver? And I guess what is the best way to do this to build up your stash, but then still nurse your baby?
Yes. Again, multiple layers. Everybody has multiple layers to their questions here. So let me answer it as best as I can. Let's start with the idea that, when's the best time to start pumping after you deliver? It's sort of an in-between answer because I really don't recommend pumping to store anything for the first 6 weeks. Meaning you don't the milk you have is enough to feed your baby, and you don't really want to confuse your body at that point by pumping extra milk than what your baby's eating. Remember, you're establishing your milk supply in that first 6 weeks. Some of what I'm going to offer you right now is my own personal opinion and advice as a lactation consultant. There are different, ideas and theories out there, but I'll share with you what I recommend to my clients, and it seems to work for them. Okay? What I recommend is that, like I said, don't pump to store till at least 6 weeks, but I do recommend starting to pump about 1 week after delivery, okay, to pump just about a half an ounce a day. That means like first thing in the morning, put the pump on and just pump like a quarter of an ounce from each side right before a feeding. It's the easiest time to get the milk out is right before the feeding. And I promise you, a quarter of an ounce, it's such a tiny amount. It'll happen in like 2 minutes and your baby will not notice that it's missing. Okay. Then what you're going to do is go ahead and take that milk, and then one time each evening, like in the evening, you'll put it in the refrigerator. Don't freeze it. And you'll actually feed it to the baby right before feeding, like at the time of the day when your milk supply is the lowest, like at the dinner time hours.
Okay.
Okay, this will actually start to train your baby to be able to take a bottle and also take the breast, because what I've seen is that people either go in one direction or the other. So they'll either completely wait 4 to 6 weeks before they ever even put a bottle in a baby's mouth because of this whole worry of over nipple confusion. And 50% of those babies that I see, they never take a bottle at all because of that. And I think that that's not what most people want. A lot of my clients, they work. They need to go to work. There is no option to just stay home. And even if they are home, they want, someone else to contribute for the year and be able to pump when they feel like pumping and go out once in a while.
Sure, yeah.
So it gives you some freedom. I have not seen any babies who, rejected the breast after taking half an ounce once a day. And I think that another thing to remember is I don't recommend this to anybody who's having any trouble with breastfeeding. So if you get to that 1 week point and you're having any kind of issue with milk supply, with latch, with sore nipples, with anything, it's not time to start this process. What it's time for is to go see a lactation consultant. So I just want to make sure that we're clear about that. It's when everything is going perfect, then I would start earlier than what you read. And again, my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Then so that's the first part, is like, when do you start? So that's the first part. The second part is, how do you, I think you were asking me, how do you store up enough? Like when would you pump it? Right. The point here is that you don't really need a huge stash. And this whole idea of like, I'm going to go get an extra freezer and I have a freezer. Have you ever heard people talk about this? Like, I got an extra freezer. Okay. This is ridiculous, okay? We don't want to do that. The frozen milk...
I have a girlfriend that stores her breast milk at her mother's house.
Yeah, I mean, and for what? What are we freezing it for? What are we storing it for? Yes, the milk is good for 3 to 4 months in the freezer, or even over 6 months in a deep freezer. But unless you had some kind of a medical condition that you were like, doing it for, that milk, frozen milk, is not the ideal milk for the baby. The best milk for the baby is pumped fresh milk. Okay, so when you freeze it, you can actually, destroy some of the properties of the milk. It's still better than supplementing with formula if you need it in an emergency, but I really want you to see your freezer stash as more of an emergency stash rather than something like, I'll pump a lot now so that, at 7 months I can just feed pumped milk.
Okay.
All right, so that leaves us with like, well, how do you store up enough just to go out for the day, right?
Right.
That you would do on a regular basis. So like the way I described doing half an ounce, doing half an ounce in the first 6 weeks each morning, maybe you would, after 6 weeks, pump a half an ounce from each side first thing in the morning. That would give you a half an ounce to feed in the evening to keep the bottle going, and a half an ounce to add towards a bottle in the refrigerator so that after a couple days you have a bottle stored up.
Oh, okay.
And it's a very, very easy way to do it, especially for moms going back to work. I do consultations all the time, discussing like, okay, we have 45 days till you're going back to work. How much milk do you need for your first day back? And then we start dividing it per day. And then they go, oh, I only really need 1 ounce per day if I store it up right now. Okay.
Oh, that is intimidating.
Exactly. And the whole point of this is to make it easy, and the worst thing you could do is try to pump a lot. Your body is responding to the baby. So there's nothing wrong when your body's not making more milk than your baby's eating. That's actually what it's supposed to do. So to expect it to like all of a sudden produce all this extra for you, it's just not going to happen. And then it can be very discouraging and you think there's something wrong with you. Also, pumping after the feeding can be really hard because the baby can always get out more milk than the pump can. Okay, so it's really better to do a little bit right before the feeding, then breastfeed. And if for some reason you feel like, you stole the milk from the baby and the baby still seems hungry, you can always feed the baby what you just pumped.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right? So you can't lose.
Yeah,
you can't lose. Yeah, and over a few days of doing that, you'll start to increase your supply, especially if you keep consistent in doing it at the same time each day.
Okay.
Okay. I go over, this is my program. I mean, I don't know, a lot of people are new. Some people know that I have 2 breastfeeding programs. One is Simply Breastfeeding, and that first part that we described, Taylor's going to pull up a picture of it right now. That's the DVD program. I see people in the chat room going, I took that program.
I have that one.
You got, okay, good. So that's the program that, did you do this program?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay,
no.
good. All right, good.
Yeah.
All right.
But definitely, I have it.
Okay, that's why you're asking the question. So there's a whole chat. So getting the program is the first step, right?
Yes, exactly.
Actually watching the program is the second step. And there is a whole chapter in the program that is introducing your baby to a bottle, which is exactly what I just went over, but in more detail over the first week and the first 6 weeks, that type of thing. Okay. So you'll go watch that. And then I have another program called Breast Pumps and Briefcases. Do you have this program?
No, I do not.
Okay, so this is the program where I actually describe everything you would need to know about pumping, milk supply, freezer stash, going back to work, how to schedule it, all the ins and outs about pumping and feeding. And this is an audio, okay? It's got about 20 chapters in it, so it's all the information that you could possibly need about pumping.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why it seems to confuse me so much. I don't know why.
You're
because
not
I guess
the only
I haven't done it.
Yeah, you know what? You're not the only one that's confused about it. And there's a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to pumping and feeding, and there's a lot of misinformation about storage and how much should you be freezing and all of that stuff. It's the reason I made the program to begin with. It used to be a live class, but it didn't really work out well as a live class with all these breastfeeding moms who all had their own questions. I said, let me just record all the content, and then people can do private consultations if they are going back to work and need help scheduling. But it really will give you all the information, and because you asked such a beautiful question, you get to win one tonight. How's that?
Oh, yay! Thank you so much. Perfect.
Yay! It was perfect for you, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, and congratulations on the baby. You said you're due in August?
Yes, August 8th.
Oh, excellent. That's my parents' anniversary, August 8th. There you
Oh,
go.
wonderful.
Yay! It's a good day. Okay, so just go to mybabyexperts.tv, okay? Scroll down the page and enter your information so that we know where to send it to you, Maureen.
Oh, great. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys.
We love you too. Thank you for being such a loyal fan, and I always get to see you here in the chat, and it's great to see familiar faces. I appreciate it a lot.
It's my mommy time. I never miss it.
Fantastic. I know. We see you. Take care.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Feel well. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Yay. Yay for Maureen. How perfect was that? That's exactly what she needed tonight. How do we know that's exactly what she needed tonight? And if anybody else needs it, you can order one from us, okay? You can go right to, how would they go? ShariCriso.com to order my DVD or my CD program. You can go right to my website. And you can order it. You can even bundle it and get a nice discounted price if you want to get both of them. It is also a perfect gift if you know somebody who's expecting. Most of my clients come into my store and they look around and they go, I think I'll just get your DVD for my friend as a present. And I'm like, good choice, good choice. That's what they needed the most. So if you know somebody, give them that gift. And also, it's streaming too. So if you know somebody who's suffering in the middle of the night, struggling with breastfeeding, if you need it right now, you can actually go right to my website and watch the entire program. The first 3 chapters are free. So everybody can go right now and watch the first 3 chapters and get a sense of what the program's like. It is different than other programs that are out there, but it is a full breastfeeding class that so many of you in the chat room have taken live with me because I see you there and I know you. Okay, so I want to remind everybody, okay, we're coming to the end of the show right now. I want to remind everybody we only have 1 week left of the Ultimate Breastfeeding Giveaway, okay? $1,500 prize. This is our biggest prize ever, and we will be giving it away in just 1 week. Now, I don't care if you haven't even entered this contest. You can still win. All you have to do is go... If you even like me on Facebook, if you are on my newsletter, on my email list, if you watch this show, you can get an entry. So you just need to go over to Facebook, click over. What's the best way for them to get to the Ultimate Breastfeeding Giveaway? On my Facebook page? He's giving the link. There it is.
For those watching the replay.
He's doing it. Okay, for anybody who's watching the replay, go over to Shari Criso Fan on Facebook, and you will see links over to this amazing prize giveaway. We're giving away a glider chair from Dutalier. We're giving away a Koalakin. Again, on that prize giveaway is Simple Wishes, Bravado Bras, Earth Mama Angel Baby, breastfeeding supplies, a breast pump, a $300 breast pump from Amita. Okay, it's a fantastic, fantastic prize. So please get into the contest. Only just one entry could actually make you win. All right, and Joe is putting up, what are you doing today?
2 points.
2 points. Okay, we got some bonus entries going on right now. 2 extra points for... Go ahead. Joe's putting this. He's giving me some coaching here. Okay, if you are watching this on replay or you're watching this live right now, you just need to go over and tell us how you found out about me. Okay, how did you find out about me? It gets you 2 extra points for the contest. How simple is that? Maybe you maybe you saw me walking down the street. You can write that down. I know you because I saw you down. I saw you in the Starbucks. There you go. How did you find out about me is the way to get your 2 extra bonus points right now. And go ahead and get your entries in. Next week's show is going to be an amazing show. I've been waiting for quite a while to bring this to you. It's one of my private clients. We have a big issue going on that I want to inform you all about. I will be posting more about what's been happening and how we can support her. It's really come to a national level right now, and it's a really big issue that we all need to get behind and support her with. I will talk more about it, but I want to let you know that it'll probably be a little bit of a longer show next week. We'll probably go at least an hour and a half, and we will be doing it on Wednesday, not Tuesday, okay? Tuesday's Valentine's Day. You need to be with your lovers and your lovies on Valentine's Day, okay? Not with me. It's not mommy time, okay? You need to go do something fun and be together. So we're going to do this on Wednesday night, not Tuesday night next week. Don't forget, okay? I will be announcing on Facebook, and we'll be announcing the big grand prize winner that night too, right?
Yes.
We'll be Joe's saying
yes.
Do not miss the show next Wednesday. Do not miss the show, okay? So we are at the end of our night. What a fantastic episode again. What do we call it? Mommy Time?
Yes.
Second episode of Mommy Time. I thought it was fantastic. Did you guys enjoy it? Yes, I love you too. I love you too. Yes, we did enjoy it. Another great night, another great episode, another great time that we all spent together. Love you guys so much. I will see you next week. Make sure you go to Facebook and check out what this is all about. Have a wonderful night. Go kiss your babies. Mwah. Bye, everybody.